Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ichi Ni Gaming, and we're here to review Gears 5. Check it out.
Gears 5 for Microsoft Windows and Xbox One, developed by the Coalition, which developed Gears of War 4, published by Xbox Game Studios and directed by Rod Fergusson, which is credited for games such as the Gears of War franchise, the Infinity Blade franchise, and Bioshock Infinite. Gears 5 is a third-person shooter video game, sequel to Gears of War 4. Created on the Unreal Engine 4, we return to the series known for its cover-based combat, with its concepts derived from games such as Resident Evil 4, Kill Switch, and Bionic Commando. Story: Gears 5 is a linear adventure that takes over 20 plus hours to complete. Written by Tom Bissell, which previously worked on the story of Gears of War 4 and Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. Gears 5 continues the story of JD Phoenix, Kait Diaz, and Delmont Del Walker. Taking a different viewpoint by focusing on Kait, this game marks the first in the video game series to focus on a female protagonist. With the shift of focus from the gritty Marcus Phoenix from the first Gears trilogy to the new generation, it brings new complexities and challenges and a breath of fresh air. We give the story an 8. Graphics: the game's graphic design is largely unchanged from the last game, providing very detailed visuals that provide an immersive atmosphere and cinematics that have an action blockbuster feel. Using Unreal Engine 4, some notables are body parts from the Horde after explosions that fall and stay on screen, and amazing lighting from reflections. Amazing contrast between different areas, cities, and exotic places in-game looks lively and beautiful, and dark, damp areas create an eerie sense of fear. We give graphics an 8. Gameplay: the game is a third-person shooter that delivers fast-paced action. Movement and battle mechanics has improved since the last game, providing smooth transitions in combat. A new addition is the introduction to open-world traveling in between missions, which lets you take a break from the main story and allows you freedom to explore some areas and take on a new inclusion: side quests. Another new feature is the upgrading and access to your robot pal. Upgrading your robot will give you access to some combat and support skills. These skills can be anywhere from grabbing an ammo pack for your weapons, shock attacks to your enemies, and solving puzzles. New weapons are also introduced, including old familiar ones. The game provides a lot of options in and out of cover, from grabbing enemies over obstacles or running towards the enemies in melee punch, to shooting far, mid, or close ranges, throwing grenades, to the signature chainsaw lancing your enemies in half. There is more than one way to skin the Horde. We give gameplay an 8. Sounds: music is composed by Ramin Djawadi, who worked music in games such as System Shock 2, Medal of Honor, and Telltale Games' Game of Thrones. Subtle musical cues bring immersion and tension while playing, providing a full experience. Voice actors from the previous game returns and lend their voices to their respective characters. Voice acting is great and matches the lip movements of characters.
Listen, James, word of advice. Stop trying to prove yourself. Just do the job.
Dad, I took a necessary risk.
Necessary means you have no other option. That wasn't necessary, and you know it.
High quality audio and all special effects, from explosions to gunplay. We give the sounds an 8. Controls: if you are familiar with the Gears franchise, the control is largely unchanged from its predecessor except for a few things. Melee is a move of its own now, which the characters can now use melee moves like punches and kicks, and using the signature chainsaw and bayonets are now done with the reload button. A tutorial is still present at the beginning of the game if you wish to learn or refresh how the controls work prior to playing the campaign. Very easy to pick up and play as long as you are familiar with the series. We give the controls an 8. Replayability: like previous Gears of War games, you can collect collectibles to unlock more of the backstory on the events since the last game and the world around you. Like previous entries, you can play the campaign in co-op with friends. Multiplayer has come back once again with more options. A standout in Versus is Arcade, which lets you purchase better weapons the more you down and kill enemies. Horde mode returns from the previous game with new features and a new mode called Escape, which is a co-op play to escape a swarm hive with limited resources and slowly filling with venomous gas. We give replayability a 9. Conclusion: Gears 5 brings a fast-paced action formula that the Gears series is known for, with new elements such as open-world exploration, robot upgrading, and a new character focus. The campaign breathes fresh air to the expansion of the story while retaining its identity as a continuation of the story from the previous game. Multiplayer provides more options for people to play while improving certain modes to give balance and provide the existing player base a welcome back to the series. If you are a Gears of War fan, this is a must-get, and if you are new to the series, this is a good game to serve as an entry to the series. We give Gears 5 an 8 out of 10.